Hello.
We're back again.
We are back again.
Back again. It's come around too quick.
It's not been long enough at all.
It feels like the way we're recording them is like, because obviously we record the video and the audio at the same time. Then the audio goes to Lucky Star Radio, and then the video we normally put out afterwards.
Yeah.
Because of that, it just feels like the 2 weeks in between.
It's not long enough, is it? It's not long enough. I'm sick of you.
I feel panicked. It's good. This is our new little space. I'm hoping.
We're getting there.
Yeah, there's some bits and pieces you can see on the wall. This little thing here, and there's Godzilla and stuff in the back. Not Godzilla. King Kong.
Looking around at that sign, but they're not going to be able to see that.
No, maybe I'll take a picture of the room and see. It's not. It's fit for purpose. This end has got nothing in it. That end behind the camera has got a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that probably needs to be sold, but this room was previously full of boxes from when we moved, which is a year ago, by the way. And
fast, that, isn't it?
I know, and stuff. There was just like music stuff in the corner that had been piled up. So we decided to have a day where, or under duress, I had to have a day where I went into the attic, pulled everything down, and we got all those like under bed boxes. You know how they're about, I don't know, 3 feet long. That was like slide under your bed, and I'd got, I don't know, 8 or 9 of those full of stuff. So I got memory boxes when I was younger, then I got all these, and then some boxes that had gone from the old attic in my apartment to this attic without me even knowing what's in them.
Yeah, that'll just be staying up there for me.
Yeah, that's it.
I've got stuff in my attic that's been boxed up since I moved from living with my friend to living with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And they've moved house with us, never been unpacked. Then moved house 3 or 4 times with us and still never been unpacked. And God knows what's in them.
That's it.
But I just haven't got it in me to sit there rifling through it all.
If it hadn't have been under duress, I probably wouldn't have done it. But my logic was that if I haven't seen it since I've lived here, and I hadn't seen it when I was at the apartment, I haven't seen it in like 4 years.
Bin it,
so I could probably bin it.
Bin it, just bin the box.
So we just did that. We binned. I think we had, you imagine like an 80-gallon bin bag. We had 7 or 8 of those. I mean, there's like Xbox 360s in there and stuff, like old ones that weren't working. I'm like, why have I kept that? What have I kept that for? So I kept the memory stuff. So I've got some memory boxes. Like when I was a teacher, all my students would buy me stuff with lions on it. So I've still got that kind of stuff.
I'm just looking around the room, figuring out how much you must have had.
Because this is maybe 10% of what there was, and it wasn't.
This is the amount of stuff I've got to sort through.
I didn't know I was a hoarder. Charles called me the hoarder. I didn't know I was a hoarder until, well.
How did you take that? Because I've had it where I've been outed as something and not realised I was, and then it's all come crashing home. Like it's not nice.
Depends what you're getting outed as, but I just saw it as keeping things that meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
But because of she's on the outside, so to her, she'd be like, "What's this?" Like a little scrap of paper. She'd be like, "We're getting rid of that." Like, so to her, that's just a bit of litter. And I'm like, "No, but that means a lot to me because of this." Yeah. One of them was, in fact, the last episode when we talked about the guitar. I found the original receipt that Eric wrote me out for the original money that I put down on that guitar.
What, the one you was paying up?
The one I was paying off.
That your auntie could have bought you.
Yep. For that, I found the original. It's an A5 little, like his little booklet. I'm going to frame it. It'll probably be on the wall somewhere here at the bottom to remind me. But yeah, I found that. She's like, "You can throw that away." I was like, "I cannot throw that away."
Absolutely not. No, I'm not. I hoard all sorts. I've got stuff that my grandparents gave me to play with when I was a child. Like I've got my granddad's union book from the 60s.
Yeah.
When he was in his first union, and like my granddad used to get play, but you could pretend that's a passport, go and play. Like, just like, well, you. Like, an older with your grandparents, you've got nothing to play with, like just all these little toys and stuff that he'd give us. I've still got stuff like that I keep, but my missus, like, she don't get it. She just thinks if you're not using it now, bin it. Yeah. But no, I'm with you on that. I do hoard a lot of
It got weird because it ended up being very childish, where she moved into that parental mind space where she was like, "Come on, we've got to get it tidy," and I went full child with it. Yeah. So at some point, we were in a room surrounded by bin bags. I was wearing a polyphonic spree robe and my uncle's RAF hat, playing with a slinky. She's like, "This isn't helping." I'm like, "This is helping me. Just let me get over whatever it is we're doing." So it's just like, I made her wash it, by the way, so it's that might appear in an episode. It's a white polyphonic spree robe from a gig that I bought. She's like, "You've got to throw that away." I was like, "I bought that from a polyphonic spree gig. I went to lots of them." Did you remember that band? You must remember.
I remember the name knocking about. I couldn't name you a song by them though. That's going back a bit.
That is maybe early thousands, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, I remember being on an episode of Scrubs. They were on an episode of Scrubs once, and that was massive. I was like, "I've seen those people.
I've got a Red Hot Chili Peppers hoodie, or a zip-up hoodie kind of thing,
like a black one, like
usual
rock ones.
That I bought from the first ever concert that I went to. Doesn't fit me. I don't even really like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Just got dragged along with my brother. I bought it, and I won't throw it away purely for the reason that it was overpriced merch, and it feels like I'm throwing away 70 quid. But I remember that's going back as well, probably 2000, 2001. That was 70 quid for a hoodie. Washed it once and all the colour comes out of it, and like the name's peeling off.
Tiny.
It's the tattiest bit of fabric in my house, but it's not going anywhere. I've got 70 quid invested in that.
Yeah, you got to pay for itself.
Madness. I don't think I ever wore it. I just bought it just because it was like the thing you feel like you have to do when you're a kid at a gig.
I think I bought merch for most gigs. I thought that was just the way you supported the band.
Yeah.
I mean, some stuff was crap.
Yeah, but then you've got bands like the Red Hot Chili Peppers do not need your support.
Yeah,
if you support them, they will continue to make music, and that's not what the world needs.
And keep putting out crap quality hoodies.
Madness.
I have that with, we have this conversation a lot. I seem to have this conversation a lot with a lot of people about food and the order in which people eat food and perhaps get too full and leave food. So, if we're eating say we'll go to Wagamama, which is her favorite thing. She'll get the ginger chicken udon thing, so it's like chicken and the noodles and stuff. She'll eat all the noodles, then if she's too full, she'll leave the chicken. I'm like, what do you think we're paying for? That's flour and water. That was alive. We'll eat that. So I'll eat her. She'll leave the expensive bits of any meal last.
That's mental. Having said that, though, I have... No, it's not. It's digressing a bit. But I've started to become really paranoid about the way I eat.
The way?
Yeah.
As in what order?
No, as in what I look like when I eat.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Because the other day was in the work canteen. I was with a couple of me work pals, and there was this guy who was just eating something that was, I don't know, just not human. Just eating like a mammal.
Sounds
I know
like
we're
me.
mammals, but absolutely throwing it down. And I just nodded at my mate. I was like, the state of him. Do you think someone's going to come and take it off? What's he doing? But then ever since making that observation, I've just thought someone's definitely said something like that about me. I would definitely have been sat there eating a cheese sandwich, a grated cheese sandwich, and it's all falling everywhere. Or if I get a sandwich, I put my crisps on it. Oh,
I do that.
Top piece of crisps on it. And I always feel like I can't do that. People think I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
And I've got dead paranoid about the way I eat. I eat in my car now. No, I will. It's 'cause that's how bad it's got.
That is paranoid that you're eating somewhere else and changing your practices.
Just go and sit in the car and drive around the block. Paranoia, man.
I eat. My dad used to say this when I was growing up. He'd be like, he thinks I eat like I've been to prison because I'm like, I don't need the knife and the fork. Just give me the spoon, and I put my head close to the table and just scoop it in like
getting close to your face as you go.
Yeah, he's like, you have to sit up, man. You have to take some breaths. I'm just like, and away it goes. It goes somewhere.
I think that's purely because I grew up with 2 brothers and 2 sisters. There was 5 of us, or 4 of us living in one house. And if somebody else finished first and we're still hungry, they were eating someone else's. So you made sure you finished first.
Yeah. You wanted to be a big fish in that small pond. I always get called on that about eating. Well, not always get called. People have mentioned that I eat weird. Not in the it's just that's how I enjoy food. Yeah. If it's going fast, it means I'm enjoying it. If it's not going fast, it means that I'm having to think about what's actually in it and I'm not enjoying it. But I think that's just normal.
I don't know. I think the fact that when I've seen somebody else do it and thought he looks like a lunatic, that makes me think it's not normal. But then the more I think about it, I was just looking at myself. It might have been like an out-of-body experience that I could have been watching myself eat.
It's to me, if I see someone else doing what I do, I'm like,
he's got it nailed on.
Yeah, that's one of me. That's what I look like. That's the thing. But not. No. Yeah, that's because I've just recognised it. It's just and the way it goes. But I've seen far too many people who eat because Americans eat with their fork underhanded anyway. I see that very commonly, underhanded, whereas English people eat with their fork backwards.
I've never even thought about that. No, it depends what you're eating.
You'll stab the food and put that, and then try and stack. My mum tries to stack things on the back of the fork, the bottom side of the fork.
She doesn't deserve food.
No, that's why I'm eating so quick.
That's ridiculous.
It's weird, isn't it? She's trying this balancing act. I'm like, just give me a spoon. I'll take a spoon.
I think I spin it round. This is a boring conversation.
That's okay. Let's carry on.
I think I do spin it round though. If you make something with rice,
the
fork's getting spinned round, and you're using it as like a shovel.
I'm team shovel.
If I'm trying to cut a roast potato in half, then it gets backwards, sticking in. Knife comes down, and then it turns around and scoops it up.
But I'm team shovel if it's with a spoon or my hands or...
Have you ever heard of a splade?
A splade?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a game changer, this is, if you've never heard of one. Oh, I'm going to get you one.
What's a splade? I can't even think of the words that was made up of.
It's kind of like a fork with wings on the side.
Right.
So it's like, it's just immense. You can shovel with it. you could literally, you could use it to lay cement down. Like, they're immense. It's just the most versatile tool ever. I'm going to get you one.
I was trying to think of what two words make up that.
I don't know
Yeah,
what it is.
I thought it was like one of those where it's like two words together. Like it was a Brangelina.
Like a spork is a spoon that's got
that's what
channels cut out of it to make a fork. Well, this is the opposite. It's like it's the same tool, but you've started with a fork and added to it. So it's got the flat bottom like a fork, but it's got these little cheeky
flat
wings.
Spoon.
Well, it's like it could be on the front of a JCB.
Oh, I'm in for that.
I'll get you one. In fact, I've got a couple. I'll bring you one.
They know diggers. They know diggers there. They know how to get the maximum amount. So I think I need to sort of splade.
This is. I don't know how we've got onto this, but
this is.
I'll get you one. I will get you one. I've got a few at home. I'll bring you one. Bring you one of my backups.
Pocket splade. I don't know when we managed to cut it. I think I was just that's eating. Eating's just weird.
It's probably because I'm hungry. Oh, speaking of eating,
go on.
I put something on Instagram before, actually.
What, food?
Well, yeah, I bought a Snickers from the shop. You get 2 Snickers in a pack now.
Yeah, the duo thing.
It says on it, 1 now, 1 for later. Who's doing that?
The fact that they split it in half and give you some in the middle.
Have you ever snapped a Twix in that? Like, have you ever opened a Twix at 1 and saved the other half for later?
Never.
You don't do it, do you?
No. But then I'm probably on the team where I would just open both and just eat both. I'll eat a Kit Kat that way.
That's what I do. You don't break it in half.
1 now, 1 later.
I don't know when that become a thing. I don't know if it's to lie to you, so they can show like the portion and the fat content and all that, and be like, oh, look how healthy it is. But really, you double it.
It's going to be to get in to what a portion size is.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be, because there's no way. Because I remember when they used to be big.
Just used to be massive.
Yeah, they used to be massive.
Get a big chunky boy.
It was a brick, and then they cut it in half. And was like, look, you get 2 now. I'm like, well, no, I get the same thing.
You don't, because there's a gap between them as well.
I say that about when people used to remember Spira. Do you remember those? The Galaxy ones that had like the twist to it. It's like a Galaxy bar or whatever, or a Cadbury's bar. It had like, it's basically a chocolate bar with like a twist in the middle with air, like aero.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, so you'd be like, oh right, yeah, this is really nice. You'd be like, yeah, it's delicious. What's the best bit? The air in the middle. You're like, no, I don't want air. I want chocolate. I want Yorkie bar. That's what I want.
Oh, Yorkie's
right.
right.
Bricks, and I still not that 1 brick isn't. I'm not snapping it.
No.
Bricks and eating the brick.
Like a bar,
chewing it.
Exactly. Yeah. Sharpen your teeth on it. God, the Yorkies were ace. You don't see them anymore either. Do you remember the Yorkie Easter eggs?
Yeah.
And the box was like a truck, and the egg was like the cement mixer. They were the one. Loved them. Just play with it for hours before I ate it.
Yorkie bars. I still...
Not for girls.
No. Yeah. Remember that marketing?
That was controversial.
Not for girls. Yeah. Because that was all over it. Because the O of Yorkie used to be like a red circle with a line through it, with like the female form in the middle.
You couldn't do that now.
I hasn't even seen that long ago. When was that allowed? That was allowed recently. Where did it go?
90s, wasn't it? That
Those halcyon days where you could call out people based on their gender.
Brexit.
Yeah, well, yeah. I can't help but think this is Jeremy Corbyn's fault.
Oh man, there'll be some clown out there saying that though.
Probably.
Have you seen that interview with a woman on Brett? I saw this the other day. This was probably in the news about 6-7 months ago, but I've only just seen it.
Oh God.
There's like an interview live on the radio with this woman, and they're asking her about why she voted for Brexit.
Yeah.
And of all the excuses you could choose, the one that she says is, when I was younger, we used to get fish and chips from the shop, and it was wrapped in newspaper.
No.
But now it's in clear paper with no ink on it, and that's because of the European Union's, like, I don't know, food standards or whatever.
That can't be true.
And she is absolutely championing Brexit purely based on that. She wants to eat chippy off a raggy newspaper. Like that. It boggles the mind, doesn't it?
I thought that was a necessity thing. It was like, well, we got lots of paper. Let's recycle. Let's put it on that. They're going to use it. They're going to throw it away.
Let's stop using shit paper that's covered in ink. That's going to not be good for you. I don't know. It just popped in my head then, just talking about that Yorkies thing. But that's the mentality of some people. Just thought I'd share that with you.
The fact that we've got
just thought I'd ruin your day.
Blue passports that actually used to be black,
and are now made in France. Oh well.
It's going down the Swanee. this mate, I'll tell you.
You excited for the winter lockdown announcement?
Yeah,
that's coming, innit?
Tomorrow.
Find out what we're allowed to do.
Yeah, that's it. Won't
we have to do this anymore?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Potentially.
So what is it? Monday the 21st. So tomorrow, at midday kind of time. Kind of 12:30.
Today's Monday the 21st.
Yeah. So tomorrow it's going to be tomorrow on Tuesday the 22nd. There's going to be a meeting at the Commons, and they're going to talk about basically what the fuck we're going to do, because it's been a dumpster fire, hasn't it?
It's been an absolute shit show.
It's been a dumpster fire.
There's just this, it's just. Have you seen the timeline of events where someone shared it? You can find this infographic, and it's like a timeline of obviously starting in Wuhan.
Yeah,
you can see what everyone else is doing, all pretty logical.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the current day, where everyone's cases is right down.
Yeah.
Then you've got us in America, where it's just like our line's like that.
Ours is crazy.
America's, you mean that there?
Yeah, theirs has gone like that.
They're fucked now, aren't they? But ours was looking kind of all right, considering no one really knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
But not now. It's just mayhem. The advice has been so contradictory.
It's been unbelievable. he has literally come out and said oh, we did warn you if you don't follow the guidance that we'll have to be stricter. So now we're being stricter. What? Yeah.
What guidance?
Yeah, says the man who didn't listen to the science in the first place.
Says the man who didn't even go to the meetings.
No, he didn't. He missed loads of COVID meetings.
He missed all the first ones when it mattered.
Yeah, when they were telling him what it was. How could you be that in any other job? Can you imagine if they called a meeting at work and you missed the first 9? You'd be like, oh, we're not going to be here any longer. You'd be like, yeah, I own the company. You'd be like, what? You'd be mad.
It wouldn't happen, would it?
I don't. It does beg a belief. We've got a picture of him on the wall that I cut out of the Metro, where he's wearing a hard hat and a red boiler suit, pointing. They've caught him mid-conversation. Looks like a toddler. That's what we've got, a toddler.
I really enjoyed all the screen grabs from the interviews when he's done his little tour of high schools. Now they're back open, and he's been going there in person to prove that they're safe.
Yeah.
2 of the ones he's been to are now closed because of mass outbreaks.
Yeah.
But what I find really good is the teachers have aligned the books in the background.
I love it.
Some of them are so good. And he stood there next to a massive copy of the Twits. It's just acing it.
I love little guerrilla warfare.
Have you seen the periodic table one?
No, I haven't seen the periodic table one.
There's a fake periodic table where they've got A4 pieces of paper and the kids have decorated it to look like the thing, and they've arranged it. I don't know what the elements are, but it says, I'm pretty sure it's fuck Boris.
No.
And it's on the wall above him.
That's amazing.
It's top. I really enjoy that.
That is what, because out of all this, I do feel sorry for teachers. I know people hate teachers.
But who hates teachers?
When I was a teacher, it was one of the worst things to be a teacher. You could never mention it at a party. Because I'm oh, you get lots of breaks, don't you?
No.
The society's problems or the societal problems are your fault because you're raising these children. When you're I don't raise them, I just teach them. You're supposed to be raising them. Kind of all the problems would come out. But imagine they still have to go. Teachers still have to go to work. A friend of mine's a teacher in New York, and she has been locked down over the summer. They've started back again now, doing a combination of Zoom classes and in-person bits and pieces. So she still has to go to the building to do the Zoom classes.
Yeah.
Even if she doesn't get to be at home for even that. The first meeting, to basically say, right, we're back now from next week. They had to open the Zoom meeting. Bear in mind the title, the subject of the meeting is how we're going to get back safely. The first thing on the agenda was we had to pay our respects to one of the principals who's died of coronavirus at one of the schools that we are you joking?
That's just backwards.
Unreal.
Isn't it? That's just backwards.
Yeah. At one point, she was saying that they were going to. This is the idea. You can tell that someone had spitballed, and then someone had gone, "Well, yeah, it's better than anything we've got." They were going to close streets in New York and have the kids sat outside in the street and teach them outside. Rather than in the building, because you're just I can't believe this is happening.
If that's the lengths that they're going to, that to me says it is not safe to have your kids back in school.
100%.
It's just mayhem, innit? No one knows what they're doing. Having said that though, I'm not a virologist. I don't know what I'm on about with it. I couldn't do a better job, I don't think.
Yeah,
but
you have to do what anyone does, and that's read all the sources and kind of take this Venn diagram of what's going on, especially with a lot of the news, especially in America too. But it's all politicized.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that the other day. We went to go on a walk, and Char's dad wanted a Sunday paper yesterday. I was like, this could be interesting. Let's see. And he got the Sunday Times, and I was like, get it. There's a lot of good media in there. When I was younger and I used to work at the newsagent, a guy called Pete Perfides used to do all the media stuff. He was quite good. So I quite like his reviews and stuff. But now I'm like, I know he isn't buying it for the music reviews.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, right. So that's
where
that's where he's getting his news from.
Yeah.
A collection of BBC and the Times, which means that you can almost picture where that is. So you don't have to say anything, do you? I don't think is that weird? That shouldn't be the case, should it? I don't just if I listen to the BBC at work on the radio, I don't take that as what's happening.
No.
I go, well, the BBC said that. Let me read.
Yeah.
Something else.
Let's see what somebody was there said.
Yeah. I thought that's what everybody was doing.
No, people don't do that.
Nobody's reading.
People don't do
Nobody's reading anything. Not even the stickers that say keep 2 meters apart.
If it's not in a 3-minute or less video on Facebook, people are not finding out about it.
It's got to be an Instagram video that's 30. What is it? A minute. It's got to be a minute to be on Instagram.
That's what you're up against, though, isn't it? When you're trying to speak to people.
Is it
like trying to have a conversation with anybody nowadays is an absolute minefield. Like if it's not one of your close friends or not somebody in your immediate family, and you know sort of their views, you know what you can say, what you can't say, you know what you need to avoid avoid an argument and stuff. Yeah. Having a conversation with like a colleague or somebody you've been paired up with for a shift at work, like it's an absolute minefield. But the people the people who have the people who have what I see as sensible views, are aware of that and tend to talk about music or films.
Yeah.
Whereas the people who have what I would consider to be a backwards view of the world are completely oblivious to that. And you'll be having your dinner and he'll just pop out with like, oh, what do you think about all these immigrants? And you're like, whoa, where did that come from?
Ooh, yeah.
Like that's just the way it is.
Yeah, but it was only 10 years ago that when like Facebook was new, you definitely didn't talk about politics on Facebook.
No.
Or anything really personal.
No.
It was like I said, it's about what you were doing, wasn't it? Like, Scott is going to play a gig. Like you try and write in the third person.
Yeah, you did try and carry it on, didn't you? Because it said your name at the start. You'd always try and carry it on. I used to do that.
You try and make it
Simon Frain is chuffed because of this.
Yeah. So but you never. That wasn't the case then.
No.
And it's all of a sudden it's become people's core identity, though.
I don't know why that. Why do you think that is? People seem to be a lot more into politics nowadays,
which is good.
It is good, but I wish that the people who say they're into politics have read a lot about politics rather than reading just one side of it. Reading one side of an argument, getting on board with that side, and just rejecting everything else point blank.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah.
Because
that's what's going on. I think. Like, there's a lot of people in my family that hated Corbyn. He's scruffy, wasn't he? Dead scruffy.
Yeah. That should have won a black coat to the cenotaph, shouldn't he?
He supported the IRA. That was a big one that my lot struggled to get over.
They couldn't. Yeah.
They've only read that side of it. They've not read why.
Yeah.
They've not read why he was pictured with. They've not read why he was trying to get talks going with them. They've not
there
read
for
what
peace
was
talks.
accomplished by him doing that.
Yeah.
But the mind boggles.
Well, the problem for me now is that facts are by the by.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing a tweet that was like last week, where they were talking about, obviously, Boris has reneged on this agreement that he signed at the beginning of this year, and it's all going tits up.
Yeah.
And this woman had posted this tweet saying, American people are going to have to deal with us because of the Good Friday Agreement. We've got to upturn blah, blah, blah. Someone was like, well, you just shut up and maybe read about the Good Friday Agreement, and then kind of like dismissing her. The next picture from her was just her holding the book that she'd written, published author on the subject. You're like, she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
She's done the research, dude. Like, she's making the money from it. Like, just listen to what she's got to say rather than just dismiss it. It's bizarre.
Have you noticed, like, a lot of people who, up until, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, were quite normal and are really, really into conspiracy theories?
Yes.
Because I'm noticing this everywhere, absolutely everywhere. 5G is the big one, isn't it?
5G. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
King of the paedophiles now.
Yeah, I've heard that. Have you heard we're a bit late to the party with this, it's been going on for ages and I don't want it to derail everything, but that comes from the QAnon thing, doesn't it? Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Just mayhem, absolute madness. But why has that become the thing? Is it because everyone's just stuck in the house with nothing to do? So they're just going insane and getting led down the path? Or
it's sexy thinking, innit? You'd be like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be aliens? That'd be cool.
That could explain all my problems.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like if it was aliens, you're like, but it's not. It's just it can't all be. And then, but then the Epstein thing, I think, was the cornerstone of it.
Yeah,
that came out. That documentary came out recently, that was like mainstream then.
Yeah, I suppose.
That was like the cornerstone of the thing.
Yeah, I don't get the. There's a lot of people saying coronavirus is a hoax. I've seen all that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hoax. It's not real.
My bosses still think it's man-made.
It's just, to be fair, that's more believable than it doesn't exist. When I know 3 people who've died from it,
I know.
Like but absolutely, it angers me so much. It really, really angers me. It doesn't exist. Oh, tell that to. Oh, well, I'm not going to name him, but do you know what I mean? It absolutely infuriates me. But then I've read somebody who I thought was quite normal, probably would go as far to say as I looked up to. Again, not going to name him in case you see it. That's just another headache I don't need. Sharing videos though about that coronavirus. It's all a hoax. Doesn't exist. It's designed to encourage everybody to get this vaccine, which is going to have microscopic things in it.
Yeah,
like nano machines basically going on Metal Gear, which when 5G gets activated will allow the army to read your thoughts and detect terror attacks before they happen. 100% believes it, sharing that all over Facebook with no irony whatsoever.
Ooh, that's...
Where'd you get to that? You get to A, B, and end up at Z there, aren't you?
Yeah. You've gone straight to the... I know it's weird if I'm like... Because obviously I do a lot of reading, and like you try and take these different sources, then you get the flavour of what's going on, you're trying to get a balance. When someone's like, yeah, but that's not, and if I don't understand the sentence... Because they're like 25 steps in, they're like 3 months down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I haven't got 3 months time I haven't got 3 months to catch up.
No.
I'm like, just tell me what you think. Okay, Tom Hanks is a lizard paedophile. And he was, do you know what I mean? Like, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, we can't.
It's just not happening, is it? But I want to know how you get there though. What gets you there? Like, how would you get from, I'm just having a normal life to being up all night with Tim Farrell on?
I don't know how you go, because
Or are we the weird ones for just...
Yeah.
Are we the sheeple?
Are we sheeple? I don't know. I remember 9/11 being the first one that everyone was into.
Yeah.
Because that happened when we were that age, whereas like the internet was just coming out.
Stuff like that, though, you can sort of get behind that. I can understand how people can get behind it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pseudoscience being pumped out to people who might not be very clued up on science, including myself at the time.
Yeah.
And you think, do you know what? Yeah, there's probably something in this. But then... Like Woody from Toy Story is actually a lizard and a paedophile. Isn't as believable as it was. 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah, there's
both
too many
horrific,
steps in
do you know what I
between
mean?
those. Yeah,
I can understand how people can buy into one, especially when everything you watch on telly, like 24 and all like the films, and glamorize all that kind of thing and make it sexy that that there's all these conspiracies going on in government and stuff like that. You kind of get it. And I can understand why people would buy into that, but I don't understand why people would buy into 5G is literally being released so the army can read your thoughts.
But the same girl that I'm thinking of that shares these things, there are a few. The one that came to my mind first, she shares David Icke material, unironically. And I thought we all knew that David Icke was a crazy person. I thought the minute he was on Wogan, that we were like, he's insane.
He's an absolute crank.
He's the one that started the whole, like, the Queen is a lizard. That's his thing. And you're like, oh, right, we're on this page now. We're here. How many books? Several, of course. All expensive. Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Like, just touring around.
Yeah.
You were a goalkeeper. You were a footballer. And somehow now everyone in the world knows you for being a crackpot. And now you're like, that's like a scientific source.
He's done it well, though, hasn't he? I mean, he's
rolling in it.
Absolutely milked that for every penny it's worth. What I don't get, though, is how all these people doing it from the mum's basements on YouTube. What's their motive? Like, he doesn't, but I don't believe David Icke believes all the shit he spouts. He's doing it to make money, 110%. He's got to. Oh, he started that way anyway. Maybe he's got so big now. He's got that much of a following. He started to believe his own bullshit. I don't know. But I kind of get that. And the flat Earth one, that was a big one pretty recently.
Yeah,
I started getting like death threats and stuff for discussing that.
Yeah.
The group on Facebook, the Flat Earth versus Globe Earth discussion group, it's called. Joined that, had a bit of a discussion. Death threats. I just don't get how you can be that into something that's batshit crazy and be that passionate about it.
I don't. How are we at the point where we know that the Earth is round? We know all the other celestial bodies are round. Like, what is it? I don't understand how you can give people every bit of evidence there is, and then you go the other way, don't you? When you go the other way, where you've got people who are like, "There's no evidence," but they still believe it.
I just don't get it.
And that's going to secure the next election. Give it a month.
Oh God, I'm dreading that as well.
Mm-hmm. What are we going to do?
Why are we talking about scary stuff? Like,
football
season's just started. Can we not just talk about that?
Yeah, thank you.
Getting a bit deep now.
Bears for holding on to the lead yesterday against the Giants. I wasn't really watching. I was too busy playing. I had it on the side. Get a look at that. I'm a fan. Yeah, I don't know.
Will's gone mad on it.
It feels that way. It feels for sure like he's gone mad. John's gone mad.
Oh God. Oh God, what's he done now?
The boss thinks he's drinking during the day because he keeps fucking up orders and putting everything on one key. He's printing one key.
Is that believable, or are we getting towards lizard people?
No, of the conspiracy theories, that's of the believable side, because John is a hip flask kind of a gent.
You'd smell it though, wouldn't you? If it was hip flask,
I think you'd smell it. I don't think he is. I think he's just joking. I think he drinks a lot in the evening.
So he's hungover. He's feeling a bit delicate.
Yeah,
and that's why he's doing it.
I'd say that was closer to the truth. Because
John.
He's dropped some bollocks, as our John. But they don't want to. The lizard people. No, the owners don't want to. They are scared to say anything to him because he's old enough now to just not do that. He's been there for like 40 years. He could just go. I think one day it will get to the point. I keep saying to Lee, it's going to be like Dad going to the store for cigarettes. Yeah, I think one day he'll just walk out of the factory and be like, "Where's John gone?" And then we'll just never see him again.
No news, no party, no golden watch.
Yeah, there won't be anything. There'll be nothing like that because he'll just go. He won't want the fuss.
Oh, it makes me sad.
It does make me
sad. I've never met the man, but I like him.
He is one of my favourite humans. He's one of my favourite humans.
Was he involved in the shenanigans with the radio?
No, he wasn't in the shenanigans of the radio because ordinarily he would be in at the same time. But now because he's doing his own Corona thing where he comes in later and leaves earlier, he wasn't a part of it. And I thought he'd be more interested than he was, and he just wasn't.
Well, I don't.
There's been two camps of it. There's been the camp that you're in, which is like, that is amazing, that's hilarious, I can't believe that happened. And then there's the Shah and everyone else seems to be camp where it's just like, shh. Okay.
No, see, I think that's golden. I realise that no one's going to have a clue what we're talking about.
No, I guess not. Right, so.
Nice little segue, that one. Set it up nicely nice.
There. Anyway, are you sitting comfortably? There is a radio station called BBC Radio 6 Music that we listen to at work, which is all alternative, and it's wild. It'll go from like jazz to like pigs to Sigur Rós to hip hop. They'll play this crazy mix of everything. And there's a DJ on called Lauren Laverne who's quite well known in the UK. And she has a feature called First In. She does the breakfast show. It's a show called the feature's called First In. And if you're the first person into your work, you can send her a message and go, "I'm the first one in. Can I have this on the radio?" Like almost like you're Bogart in the radio. Like, can I have this? And she'll play it. And for the whole 2 years nearly that I've been at this place, it goes like blah 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 blah, and then she plays this First In, and me and Leo just go, "Play the Apache." Play Boom Shakalak by the Apache, as if it's Alexa. And obviously nothing, it never gets played. I've heard it once on that station in the 2 years. Someone in the afternoon played it, and I was like, okay, that's the tune. And that's always like a tune that we always shout. So I thought, I'm going to start a Twitter, and I set it up. The Twitter was called Darkside Scott, which is the name of the place where I work, and put it all there. The description to the Twitter was just like, I'm just a screen printer that wants to hear Boom Shakalak by the Apache Indian. I thought, I'm going to tweet her every day. This national station, I'm going to tweet it every day until they play it. I'm just not going to have no for an answer. Every day I'm going to sit there in my car before work. And the first day, first tweet, she played it.
That's ace, isn't it? That's ace. I don't understand how you can't be on board with that. Everyone loves a happy ending.
The only regret I've got is that I told Lee previously that I set it up on the Friday.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what we're going to do next week. And I forgot on the Monday, so I did it on the Tuesday. My only regret is that I didn't tell him that was the day I started tweeting. Because I was tweeting in the car, and then on the way to work, my flask had kind of fallen over in my bag, and not leaked, but the back of my car was a bit of a mess. So I thought, right, so I'm going to tell Lee. As I got out of the car to tell Lee, I was like, I've got to clean the back of my car up. So that kind of distracted me from telling him. But then we kind of work. It was just me and him in the factory. We're kind of on, and we're in the middle of conversation, and I just went a bit league jump. I was like, hey, just turned it up. Like, it was so loud, like festival loud. And there was just like a 32-year-old and a 42-year-old like dancing like complete nutters, just absolutely going off. And luckily, I mean, we managed to look back on like the BBC Sounds app thing, and you can scroll back, and she actually says, oh, thank you very much to start Darkside Scott. The guys at Darkside will really love this. She says, this is a really good one. And it comes on, and then we were howling. I was like, we were buzzing on that for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's ace.
I mean, unbeknownst to ourselves, the day was not going to get better from there.
The thing is, though, you've planned this out for like a long-term project to keep tweeting them. And you've had it all, like, you've shot your load on the first day.
Yeah,
you need to
spaffed it.
You need to, like, carry it on. Like, next week, you need to make up another...
Yeah, I think it needs to be,
Dark Side Lee. Get him to tweet asking for something else.
I didn't know whether the next move was to tweet like more first in features with different songs, or whether to tweet
places as well.
To tweet to other DJs during the day, but make them play songs.
I don't know. I enjoy that though.
I just wish I had told Lee beforehand.
So you've prepared.
Because he wasn't ready for it to come. I was like, it's on. He's like, did you tweet? I was like, I tweeted. He's like, what's happening? Turn it up and then just dance like an idiot for like 5 minutes. No one else was around. It was still pretty much dark outside. But all like the roller shutter doors were open. Like anyone looking into that factory would have just seen two complete nutters. That's like the power of radio. The power of radio. I won't accept it again because people think the radio is lame and podcasts are awesome, and they are, but that kind of interaction.
No, there's something more fun about the radio.
Yeah.
I used to love Steve Penk's prank calls on Key 103, like back in the day, late 90s, early 2000s. Nothing funnier than them.
Oh, so
like just
good.
shit quizzes as well. A quiz where, like, I remember he did a quiz for a bit that was genius. You'd ring up and you'd have to guess what the soup of the day was. And then you just say, like, oh, I reckon it's like leek and potato. Then you just ring a random restaurant in the phone book and you say, what's your soup of the day? Oh no, it's French onion. You're wrong. You don't win the prize. Just cut them off. Like, it was mint. You couldn't do that on a podcast.
No, you can't.
There's inspired work. That
there is something about that interaction that makes it like. For the rest, because then I thought it was amazing. Lee was like, Lauren picked you. Lauren Laverne. I was like, yeah, they must have had a meeting. They must have gone, right, what are the best three? They've gone, right, we've got this one by Beyonce, we got this one, and then we got this Boom Shakalaka. And she must have gone, that is a good one. That is a good one. Darkside Scott, we're giving him the nod. But no, I was like, I don't know what else it would have been up against, because it's a national station, man. People must text in. It's all the time, isn't it? You think BBC Six Music, you must get texts, you must get tweets, you must get calls, whatever else. And it was just day one, tweet one.
It's because it was a good shout.
It's a good shout.
It's a great song.
It is an absolute belter.
Banger of a song.
Belter of a tune. And I'd hear it every day if I could. But it feels like you can't just put that on every Tuesday.
No, you can't. No. It's got to be a surprise on it.
It made it. It made it. It's like we thought the day was going to be like, the day's been amazing. The day's just going to keep getting better. But the day's not going to get better because you peaked.
You're at work.
You peaked at 5 to 8
before everyone else has arrived.
But then Lee said this. Was telling the story to everyone that came in one at a time, and they're like, "Scott, play it. Go ahead, Scott, play in the video. Play in the video. And then like, I'd have to like put my phone and turn it off. He was like, he said that he walked home and he got home into the house and his wife was watching TV. He just walked in, didn't say anything and turned the TV off. He was like, this is the highlight of my printing career. Just didn't say anything. Right, now I got your attention. You'd never guess what happened. I was like, I wish, because she was interested. She thought that was funny too. But Charlotte was just like, come on, I get it. It's funny. You got your song on. You got your funny little song on. I was like, that's amazing. Lauren Laverne knows who I am. Which doesn't really, but I was just trying to over-egg the pudding for her sake, for the story.
I reckon she's at home, like, wondering, like, he's 32 years old, there's a screen print of what's made him pick that song. That's the first, he could have had anything.
Yeah, it's not even one of his favourite songs. He just thinks it's funny for the novelty value.
Oh, that's good.
I'll never hear a bad word said about Lauren Laverne again.
Best mate?
Besties. Loz, I call her Loz. So Loz, put it on. Drop the beat. Play the, put the record. Drop the needle on it, Loz. And then she'll play it. Right.
Big shout, that.
That's probably the best thing that's happened to me in my screen printing career, and it wasn't even screen printing. I don't even know what that counts as. That's just a big thumbs up. Charles' dad didn't think it was entertaining. His wife did. We were going.
I don't understand why it's so divisive. This.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, we're really.
2%.
Yeah, we're really going for it. We were going out and they put music on for their dog with their Alexa. So we were like 2 minutes from leaving. So like, Alexa, play chilled out pop, and some bullshit came on. Whatever it is. Some middle of the road, Radio 2 bullshit. And she went, what was that song again? I went, Boom Shakalaka by the Apache Indian. She went, Alexa, play Boom Shakalaka by the Apache Indian. And she was like, this is the song I was thinking of. I was like, it's the song, it's the best fucking song. Like, just like going. I was like, I can't believe this song is splitting so many people. Like, they just.
I don't get it.
I think it's a banger. I'm here for it. I think that what it'll be is we need to find more songs like that, and I'll request those to Lauren all the time. Like once a week, just keep tweeting her. Or tweet her every day.
That should be a feature, that end of each podcast. How did you get on with Loz? Nah, fucked it this week.
How did you get on with Loz today? Right, well, she didn't answer again.
What was that? I didn't catch that. Will you do that again?
No. I can't remember. It was impromptu. It was just for the night. It was all right on the night. Yeah, I need to... I'm still on a high about that. No one on my, like, it got very few likes on my Facebook status when I put it on. A few people thought it was funny.
Yeah, but the people that liked it really liked it.
The people that liked it loved it. And these are the people that probably listen to this. Thank you very much.
Both of you.
I appreciate both of your support. That's my Facebook all over, that is. There's people that I know, and I'm sure that I see them in everyday life, but if it's anything supportive, it's like, oh, he's drawing weird shit again.
Yeah, it bothers me that. Like,
yeah,
I've been really
another
trying,
song. Yeah,
really trying to like promote the band and stuff over lockdown. Obviously, we can't gig, so I'll promote everything. We've done a music video, we've done music recordings. Here's some footage from Alaska, like just sharing it, and it's like, oh, 4 or 5 people like it. Post a picture of my dog.
Yeah.
Post a meme, and the world just loses its head.
Yeah.
I posted a picture of my dog, and somebody who wasn't my friend shared it. That's the kind of traction he's got going for him.
I mean, he's hitting the ground running, isn't he, Bruce?
Shared a video from a band that we've slogged our arses off to make. My mum and my nan like it.
Yeah.
That's just the way Facebook is.
I used to get really passive aggressive about it. I'd be like, I'm sorry that if all I talk about is this band, but I'm spending all my money, all my effort, and my training and my time, and I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, you're putting so much into it. I just go, yeah, but then, well, I suppose it's not songs anymore for me, it's drawings. I'm like, yeah, I suppose that is an eye wearing a suit.
Do you know what is annoying there?
Oh, God.
And I've noticed quite a lot of this. And what else I've noticed is that people are really on board with it.
Okay.
Since the start of lockdown, I reckon there's a ballpark figure, probably a conservative estimate, it probably is more, but just the people I've noticed, I'd say at least 15.
Right.
So that's 15 people in my
close.
So, well, not close, but in like colleagues and people that are on my Facebook. Acquaintances that over lockdown have started their own business making either candles,
jewellery,
shit photo frames with Scrabble letters in.
Mm-hmm.
People love them.
Yeah.
Or key rings out of those little beads that you iron.
Yep.
But people love them. People are actually giving their hard-earned money.
Yeah.
People are literally, once a fortnight, blowing the furlough on them.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
I honestly don't, but I'm not in the market for a shit keyring.
No, I know, but like, who's sat there thinking, do you know what, you, Gemma or whatever your name is, you have really filled a hole in the market here. This is what was missing.
Gemma?
This is what was missing. No, I was really careful to pick. The thing is, I think Gemma has actually set one up, but I'm pretty sure she's doing candles, not shit key rings, so it's all right.
Yeah, we'll talk about the key rings.
This Gemma we're talking about now, she's made up. But yeah, like, who sat there before she was doing that? Nobody sat there thinking, yeah, I want a snide key ring. I want you to make a little Pikachu that vaguely resembles him. Yeah. Iron it. Stick a key ring on it and sell it to me for the $5. No one will be doing that. People are doing it purely because it's the friend. Yeah. Then when you've got a friend who's actually got a talent, like who's an actual artist, or who is a singer, or I don't know, like a filmmaker or something, somebody who's doing something creative and putting it out there, no.
Zero. I honestly, the amount of people that I've known that have started a jewellery business, and I'm like, I'm sure it's amazing. I'm sure it's fantastic jewellery. And you definitely didn't buy it all from bits that you found at Hobbycraft that anybody could just go and make. Like, you haven't been on a silversmithing course in these last 3 months. So what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very nice jewellery. I'm sure it's very hard to make. But
it can be a nightmare threading a needle.
I can't do that.
I won't pay 15 quid for some beads on a bit of string, though.
Yeah.
I'd rather just live with my life not being able to thread a needle.
Yeah, but it's all stuff that you can get. It's hobby stuff. They're just trying to sell their hobby stuff, and that's why it's so hard to make money doing music or art, because that counts as hobby stuff to most people.
It's not a hobby though. I think people struggle to see the difference, don't they? I think. Well, in fact, no, they don't. People do see a difference and clearly prefer the hobby stuff, like the actual genuine. Yeah. Here's a candle made out of 4 over melted candles. I don't know. That's not what it is. You've not made something.
This is where it gets easier, because obviously during lockdown, me and Shah were doing very different pieces of art. Hers was doing portraits of people's dogs. Now, dogs, people will buy fucking anything.
As discussed last week or last month on this.
Yeah, they will buy anything. So she was flying, and I was like, I wonder if anyone will buy a man with a birdhouse from a head painted in the same kind of colours as the Cardi B video for WAP. The answer is no. It gets a lot of likes. There's this. It's all it's worth.
Yeah, it's not worth this.
No. Whereas dogs are for sure worth it. But people are crazy. People will pay anything. And that's my lockdown experience also.
Yeah, it's been a weird lockdown. I've been trying to get into magic over this last week. I've had a lot of bit of time off work. I've been trying to learn card tricks. Can't do them. What I can do, in fact, I'll when we've got a bit more time and we're prepared, I'll do it on the next podcast.
This will be like a monthly thing.
I can do the cup and stack dice.
All right.
You put a line of 6 dice, and you go bang, 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 bang with a cup, and they're all stacked up when you lift the cup up. I can do that.
Okay, is that like centrifugal force or something?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, right. Oh, it's magic.
Magician never reveals his secrets. But yeah, I've learnt that. I've been trying to do that where you hold the deck of cards and it just like spins around. Like you fan them.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Can't do that.
No.
Ruined a lot of cards. But yeah.
Did you ever watch League of Gentlemen with that guy that was the magician?
Yeah.
In season 3, was it Dean Tavaloris? Well, Dean Tavaloris. And he's got like a brace and big glasses. That your magic in the tree. And it's like this one was shouting from downstairs. Mom, I'm trying to do my show. Reece Shearsmith was the best one in that show. Honestly,
loved it. Oh, we're going
to have to put a picture of him up somewhere in the middle. Where's the picture? You'll have to go here. There we go. Bit of Dean Tavaloris just there with his big glasses. He was the cover for the DVD, I think.
I never had it on DVD.
Dean Tavaloris. He just goes into that. He's going to a chippy, and they just steal from him. Like the kids, the chavs that he's doing the tricks for, just steal from him.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I agree.
We've made some good progress in our new space.
Yeah, I like it. I think it'll be better next week. It'll be nice to watch it grow, I think.
Yeah, I think we'll try and experiment with some angles maybe and more toys. We've got lots of toys to go on the desk. And
definitely need a fan and melting
some other bits. Yeah, it is absolutely roasting in this room. I don't know why this room more than others. I think it's because the sun's coming in that way.
I think it's because it's a 3-foot square room and we've got the massive lights beaming down on us.
This is the wall.
My hand's virtually on this one.
Yeah, it's good, but we're doing it. We're doing it. It's out there with our new artwork, which we'll put, we'll
that was on the last one actually.
That would have been the first one. Yeah, so we've got new artworks. We've changed all the logo. We've changed the colours now. So we've got rid of the yellow. We're doing black and white currently. Everything else still the same, isn't it? Theme's still the same. We're just trying to streamline the process and make it a bit easier because it's getting easier to edit and we're putting it out. So keep sharing it and guess that's it, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So we're on Lucky Star Radio the 4th Friday of every month, 9, 12, and 5 p.m. GMT. Although that probably will be different for the next one because like summer ends and there's clocks going forwards and backwards and all that kind of stuff.
Shit, I forgot about that.
We'll keep you updated on that, and you can get us on facebook.com/Lucky Star Radio / No Frills Podcast and No Frills Podcast on Instagram. That was the first time I've never had to ask, and I still fucked it up.
And you didn't mention the YouTube, which is probably the biggest one.
I didn't mention the YouTube, which is available if you go to the Instagram. It's our clickable link in our bio.
And Facebook as well.
And just go to where you're going to go, and you'll find it. Okay, we'll share it with you. All right.
Excellent.
See you later.
Cheers.